Hi, this is one of the High Priests of Khonshu, Ray, from Into the Night, a Moon Knight podcast. We're proud members of the Collective, and you're listening to one of the Collective members, the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks podcast. Hope you enjoy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Comic Capers, episode 14. Well, 2 weeks in a row, we're doing something not Marvel or DC. I am Phil, and that young thing over there with the smirk on her face is...
Hey, y'all, it's Will Hellfire. And no, it's not Archie's yet, but don't you worry, guys. Phil's going to be reading some Archies. I'm thinking maybe The Afterlife or Predator, something fun. But we are going to get to Archie, Philip.
Then we'll
don't
do
you
that.
Worry.
Then we'll do that X-Men episode.
Fine.
All right, so we're discussing. I think this is the biggest episode. I mean, with like the most issues yet, because this episode and the next two we're going to be covering the whole series.
144 plus
some specials and stuff. Yeah, Invincible by Robert Kirkman. And
no, not Walking Dead. Invincible. The other one you probably never heard of, unfortunately.
For now, I mean, they're working on...
Yeah, Amazon's doing they picked up the show.
Isn't it? Is it animated or is it live action?
I believe it is live. Let me double check.
Okay. At first I thought I heard live, and then I thought I saw somewhere
I know,
animated.
I thought I saw live too, but...
And I thought they were talking about a movie too, but I don't know
No,
if
it's animated. Yep.
Yeah.
But it's adult animated.
Yeah, because did I hear, is that another one Seth Rogen's working on, maybe? What?
Yes. Wait, no. He's doing something else. It's the actual movie.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. So, yeah, we're going to have a lot of Invincible. Hopefully there's some faithful adaptation.
I hope so. Wow, bless you.
Oh, God.
She's allergic to quality, people.
Yeah, after all that Bendis. It's all coming out.
So anyway, yes, this episode is brought to you by Invincible Compendium number 1, which is issues 1 through 47, and issue 0 is in there somewhere.
Yes.
Oh my. Anyway.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. I think finally all that traveling has just...
Where is she traveling? South America? Anyway, so yes, we're going to start with Invincible. If you've never read this, I heard so many good things about this, so I picked up the first compendium. See right here. And I instantly fell in love with it, and no, not just because the main character's last name is Grayson.
I was going to say, yeah, we're going to get to that, don't you worry. He's got a little black and blue costume.
But I mean, if you love Walking Dead, I mean, especially you, our friends in Alaska, I mean, it's Kirkman writing, and like he uses like in this series every like superhero trope, but he makes it interesting.
But he too, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he got some of them right on their butts.
But yeah.
I got it. It's not Wade's World. Rob might listen to this.
But I mean, this isn't like a kid's book, though. It's, I mean, you got some light.
Okay, so it's bright and colorful, but the battles are brutal and gruesome.
Oh, especially with the how do you say it? The
Voltramite.
The Voltramites or whatever. The aliens, man. They're like Superman class level strength. So like when they punch someone, they basically punch through them. So
or that fight he had with his dad.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
spoilers!
Hey, this is a spoiler podcast.
I know, we're always spoilers. So basically...
Wait, this came out in 2011 and it's from 2003. If you haven't read up, this will entice you.
2011? What?
The compendium came out in 2011.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, the final issue just came out in
2018, right? February. Was it Valentine's Day? Something around there, right around that time.
I don't know.
18th, February 18th, yeah.
I don't think I could have handled... I mean, I usually like picking up the single issues, but I don't know if I could have handled it with this series.
The last 12 issues are freaking, like, insane. They're steroids. He's, like, on this, like, grand tour to wrap everything up. Mm-hmm. And you're like, wait a minute. We actually did wrap up most of the stuff. What else could be left? And then, boom! We'll get to that in episode when we discuss Compendium 3, though.
That's right.
It's such a bittersweet bookmark moment. Very much like Star Trek The Next Generation. One of my favorite series, the book and stuff. So,
but I mean, it's basically a coming of age story. Mark Grayson, the main character, right before he graduates high school, he gains his superpowers because, like you said, his father's an alien, kind of like the Superman of this universe.
Yeah, pretty much. And Global Globe are pretty much Justice League.
He's basically Henry Cavill because, he's Superman, but he has the mustache.
Shut your mouth! We don't talk about the mustache!
I know.
Or the hairy chest.
Why, Superman has a hairy chest.
Sometimes.
Charlie Esther loves that.
Most people to not do that, though.
Oh, I know. Don't want to scare the young kids, I know. But, so
or
basically...
turn off the ladies.
Ooh.
No taco meat.
Oh, you like them hairless?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway, so yes, Mark gains his powers, starts training with his father until he discovers
his father's a traitor.
Well, to the human race, yeah. The Empire sent his father to.
He was the real Jarrell all along, bro.
Basically bring the world under Viltrumite or whatever, however they say, control.
You know what? We should get Kirkman so we can ask him how to pronounce all this stuff.
I've been trying on Twitter, Mr. Kirkman.
Tell him we don't want to talk about Walking Dead. We want to talk about Invincible.
Exactly, Mr. Kirkman. We'll just stick to Invincible.
Although, you know me, I'm like a super fan, so it'll take everything in me not to ask the questions, but I will do it if necessary.
If that's what it takes to get him, we will stick to Invincible.
I mean, this is a great universe. I love that he was so cocky and that it was very tongue-in-cheek, that the tagline for this comic book is the greatest comic book superhero in the universe. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Like I said, I never got to this till I started reading the compendiums, but still when I heard the series was ending, I was like, oh.
Always jumping on the bandwagon late, ain't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I jumped in 2008, so.
So, I mean, we get so many iterations, like we said, like his father, Omni-Man, is Superman.
And you can do the Superman where he goes and gets all the evil versions of him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was pretty cool arc.
Then we get the Guardians of the Globe, who are basically the Justice League.
Yeah.
And
when he solos them, though, you're just like, whoa!
I know.
You get the full, you really get to see his full, power when he solos every last one of them. Great.
And what is
Bragg is pretty cool. He's got an interesting rogues gallery.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're all, OP even for him, but he manages to find a way. I like that.
What's that, that teenage mad scientist named D.A. Sinclair? That's the guy Jesse Eisenberg should play, not Lex Luthor.
He didn't play Lex Luthor. He played Lex Luthor Jr.
I know, but I'm just saying it would have made more sense to play.
He doesn't need to act anymore. Zombieland should be his last movie. Shots fired, fight me, nerds. I don't care. I'm keeping it real.
That little hellfire, come at her with your bare chest. Come at her with your hairless chest.
No, the hairless chest, y'all can slide into my DMs. I don't care.
Anyway, and we get the Teen Team.
Teen
Team. I mean, Robot. Oh man, the journey the Robot takes in this
Brainiac.
series.
That's our Brainiac. I'm just saying.
He's kind of like later it becomes sort of Brainiac, but I mean, it's a cross between Brainiac, Cyborg. I didn't know if maybe
No. What was the, it was Zeta. You remember from the spinoff from Batman Beyond, the robot? Zeta.
Okay, yeah.
That's who he reminded me of.
I was going to say maybe some
Zeta
robot.
Project.
Maybe some robot.
Episodes.
Maybe some robot man from Doom Patrol.
No. We don't talk about Doom Patrol.
Why? I don't like Doom Patrol.
Oh, I'll wait to hold my judgment on the TV show, but I have no hope.
I'm afraid for Titans. Anyway.
I need that drop. I'm afraid for Titans.
And then we get Adam Eve, who plays a big part in this series.
Yeah. His supporting cast is really solid, too, which surprises me. I liked them all out of the gate, whereas Walking Dead, it was kind of God, I just hate these people. You hate them until you love them, and these people, you love them until you hate them. Because each of them have kind of had that arc where you're just like, what?
If you're a fan of the superhero genre, you would love this series.
It's like Spider-Man, Nightwing, and Superman all rolled into one.
Well, that's what I've heard many people make that comparison to Spider-Man just because it's the teenage hero and.
But also, like, Nightwing because he is in his father's shadow.
Yeah, and I thought you were gonna say Grayson. Yeah.
Well, when he becomes a super spy in the next iteration, then we can make that comparison.
Then, what issue is this when 33 when Angstrom Levy sends him through alternate realities.
Oh my god!
Look, he slams in the Dr. Octopus. I haven't read the. This is supposedly a Marvel team up issue, like the newer one where Invincible teams up with Spider-Man.
Oh, I
want to read that, but yeah. Whenever that came out, I guess there was a Marvel team-up series, and he teamed up with Spider-Man.
Must have missed that.
Because I saw, like, a page or two online, and, like, he takes him to Avengers Tower to meet the Avengers, and he's like, Spider-Man. He's like, okay, so in this world, and he's like, so he sees Wolverine. He's like, so you're Claw Man, so, and you're Flag Man.
That is my new name for Captain America. Yep.
Flag Man.
Mm-hmm.
You leave Captain America alone.
Well, when he starts acting like the Captain of America and comes saves us from this travesty, then I will.
It's a fictional character, Lil.
That's what they want you to think. It was really a documentary. The joke's on you.
But, I mean, you get so many, like you said, so many, like, superhero cliches in this, but Kirkman does them good, like, time travel, alternate realities. The time jump broke my heart. Well, that's not here yet. We're still in the first compendium. But I'm saying,
sorry.
even in this one, when Angstrom Levy, like, strands him in that other, well, after he supposedly kills Angstrom Levy and he's stuck in that other reality and, like, what is that, the Guardians or the team come from the future and they send them back to the, anatomy. It's like, tell her you told me you love me or tell me to leave you alone. Just give me an answer.
It's funny. I really love the artwork, and I like the original guy, but the second guy really did step up, and at least the original guy did come back. So, to finish out the 12-issue arc of the final.
What, Cory Walker and Ryan Ottley?
Yeah. I dig Ryan Ottley, but I think Cory, as somebody who does, like, penciling and inking and stuff, I probably have a higher affinity for him, just because I dig his style. It's a little more crisp, but they're both equally great to me.
And Mr. Ottley, if you would like to join us, I mean, we could discuss Invincible. He's penciling Amazing Spider-Man right now.
Yep.
But and speaking of Spider-Man, that's like a shout out to 90s Clone Saga, the Mauler twins.
Yes.
Which one's the clone? No, you're the clone. I'm the clone. The one's like I had piercings. It's like, okay, if you're the original, why would you change your appearance? Shouting out Ben Reilly.
Very crafty.
You could tell, like, Kirkman's just like a fan, like the rest of us.
Yeah. Only he gets to put his on paper.
Yes. Love that art.
Paid for it. Look at that.
I
love the colors that they chose for the costume too.
Oh, I know.
Taylor also. I was just like, that's. I think I really like Gamby too. So I think that's like, as I was rereading this one, I was like, yeah, I did like art at first.
Well, did I read? I think it wasn't in the back one of these compendiums. I think they're saying originally Kirkman was thinking of the name Bulletproof and, the character Bulletproof in here. That was going to be his suit and his name and everything. And then,
I don't know.
So, yeah, we got
much. That he's so cocky though, like how he gets his name. She's like, you're not invincible, and he's
his principal. Did you catch all the jokes about the principal in the school?
Yeah.
He goes to Reginald Bell Johnson High, or wait, is that the school or the principal?
I thought that was the school, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Carl Winslow, y'all.
I think it's Principal Winslow, and then it's Reginald Bell Johnson High.
I was like, Family Matters joke. Never go wrong when you're a 90s kid with the Family Matters joke.
Oh, well, like the regular trades, most of them are like, most of those are like TV show type names.
Yeah.
It's like what is it? Like 8 is Enough, Family Matters, I think ones that might be Head of the Class or something, or
8 is Enough is a little before my time, but
is there Growing Pains? Yeah, there was like a mix of like I think like a bunch of 80s stuff, maybe some newer, some older. Yeah.
Well, it's clever, but you run out eventually unless you start going with like Alf, Small Wonder.
Oh Lord, did you hear they're rebooting Elf?
I hope. As the cartoon was great. I hated the TV show.
The live action Elf's going to break out of Area 51.
If the Muppets couldn't make it, I'm just saying, and the new Muppets were actually really freaking fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And if they couldn't make it, I'm sorry. Elf's not going to make it.
Elf's breaking out of Area 51 and going to live with a new family.
Hide your cats. Hide your cats.
I know, he taught Starfire to eat cats. But before we get Elf, you know what we need? Science Dog!
Yeah, that was the weirdest thing. That is like...
Yeah, I know, that is
Red
weird.
Wolf fueled nightmare material right there.
Which that whole thing led into,
It reminded me of Mr. Peanut Butter from, BoJack Horseman. What's up, Charlie? If you ever listen to this, yes, I just made a BoJack Horseman reference.
He said he'd listen to the show now, this podcast, but we'll see. Anyway, but yeah, that all led into, he discovered where his father went after he left Earth. He basically slept with a bug woman and had his brother.
Hold on. Is this the compendium where, I forget, like, he does get sexually assaulted, which kind of reminds me of Green Arrow? Is this the compendium?
Mark? No, I think that might even be the last one, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's like borderline between the second and the last.
Yeah, I think it's pretty early in the third one.
Like, as happy-go-lucky as the story can be sometimes, it goes dark. Like, out of nowhere, too.
I mean, just like that first major arc, he's trying to protect the Earth from his father. I mean, his father almost beat him to death.
Yeah. That was better than the Doomsday Battle, though, I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
Any incarnation of the Doomsday Battle.
But, it gets dark, and, when, in this one, too, when Angstrom Levy takes his, his mother hostage, he breaks the mother's arm, and...
Why'd you say that name?
I didn't say Martha.
Mother, close enough. Everybody's got parent issues when you're a superhero, so...
What about our man in black, Cecil?
You know what? I never really cared for it.
Yeah, in a way, it's kind of like a plot device.
Convenient plot devices, convenient plot
yeah, it's
devices.
like, this is how he knows, this is how Mark knows where to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite early issues has to be issue number 4, just simply because of the cover. You probably don't have that in the compendium, but I have like one of these issues. It's just a bomb, and it's called Uh-Oh. And it just like pulled me in. I think that might be the first issue that I ended up picking up, actually.
What, the cover, you said?
Yeah, it's the bomb, and then it's just Uh-Oh. And it's like zeros that got 1 second left on the bomb clock. It's issue 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. What was that? DA? Oh no, that was yeah, like the first major villain wasn't even like a major villain. It was just like a teacher who was taking revenge on the kids who caused his son to commit suicide. He was bringing kids up with bombs.
Yeah. I was just like, okay, this is the original 13 Reasons Why.
Well, that's the thing, yeah. Kirkman tricks you. He makes you think he's going to go slow. Okay, the teacher is bringing kids up with bombs, and then, boom, Mark's dad is evil, and he's like, almost kills him.
I know.
You got like a Batman versus Superman level fight. It's just like, whoa. But good. And then, we get introduced to Alan the alien. Alan.
Yeah, that's our Alf.
Our Cyclops.
He's not the junior lieutenant of bad life choices.
No, he just has one eye. I was listening to a podcast the other day. They're like, oh, they're trying to cast, like, if they did do a live action Invincible movie, and they were saying, they should have The Rock play Alan the alien.
No,
but I was thinking, this was my idea, you know who should play Omni-Man?
Who?
John Hamm. Slap a mustache on him.
You're not wrong.
He looks the part, man. I'm telling you.
And he acts the part. Snug son of a...
Yeah, man, I'm telling you. Slap a mustache and some gray hair on the temples, man.
Or, you know who else? Jeffrey Morgan. He's already
Jeffrey
got
Morgan.
Mustache.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good.
And he's already got the gray, too.
And he's already done a Kirkman thing. Yeah.
I almost guarantee you now. Now that you said it.
Oh, forget John Hamm. Man, I want that now. I want Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Oh.
Petition.
What?
We're gonna petition it. You heard it here first, people. We're making it happen.
I mean, if they're not gonna make him Flashpoint Batman, oh yes, make him Omni-Man.
Even if they do, he's got time. They're gonna retool that sucker so many times. We're gonna be like in 2021 before we see.
At least, yeah. Oh my god! But yes, I didn't know I wanted that until you said that. Oh, Jeffrey Dean Morgan is Omni-Man.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan and more things, please. But he always plays just a real son of a SOB.
Hey, it's work, man.
It's work.
It's go good at it. I mean, look, nobody wants Jesse Eisenberg to play another DC villain, but hey, if you're good at it, like Jeffrey Dean Morgan, everyone's clamoring for it.
Shots fired. What did Jesse do to you? I know what he did to me. I love Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor is like my spirit animal when I'm upset. But I mean, that's probably why I hate that movie so much.
That wasn't Lex Luthor.
It wasn't Lex Luthor Jr. Just so we're clear. I don't know what that was. But anyway.
But
they don't have that problem with this. I think that the casting almost writes itself. Who do you want to see as his lady love when they cast the movie or the TV?
Who, Adam Eve?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, she's supposed to be like this, except for the superpower, she's supposed to be like this regular, like, hippie chick, but she's like, they draw her like a supermodel. I don't know.
I think Amanda Seyfried is too old now. Chloe Moretz, aka Hit Girl, she's almost a little too old too, but they cast like a 40-year-old to play Starfire, so what do I know?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know who I'd want to play Invincible.
Ruby Rose is Batwoman, so what the frickle frackle do I know?
Yeah, but they want, I don't know, I'm not too familiar with her, so I can't comment, but
if you watched The Orange Is the New Black, you would have known who it was and why.
Just from the picture. Listen to Hollywood Babylon. That song is my thoughts on Bieber. Anyway, yeah, Ruby Rose. Just the pictures I saw, I'm like, I don't know. She seems kind of thin to be like ex-military.
Yeah, they're gonna. I mean, why would you choose somebody who has like literally probably 100 tattoos?
Maybe
that's gonna take so much time in the chair. They're gonna cover that up. CW has a thing about it.
Or, unless they play her, the character is kind of goth, emo, whatever, unless they just stick with the tats.
Anyway. But no, like, I'm so happy for that this series is getting a spotlight with its own animated series.
I know, I can't wait for all, like, the animated series if they do live action stuff, especially if, we don't get, we're not getting any more issues. I wonder why, if Kirkman just decided,
Walking Dead has been a really big thing. And, they also struggle to put 9 to 10 issues out every year because of that whole Walking Dead thing, too, with it. So
I know, but it's just weird. I just wonder why he didn't, like, at
maybe
least stretch
it has something to do with the movie deal, where they're like, we kind of want a final story.
Yeah, but I wonder if they just why he didn't stretch it to, like, 150. Because any other, like, Marvel or DC, they would at least would have stretched it to made 150 the last issue.
That's the thing about Image, though.
Yeah, true.
It must be so nice not to have those. No, we need it. They're gonna do it.
I mean, if it was Marvel or DC, it would have been like, okay, let's stretch it to 150. 150 will be the last issue.
175? Are you kidding me?
well, it'll be some kind of even number, or 200, yeah. But the last issue will be this thick.
I know, like that's the thing. I was originally collecting like the volume hardcovers, and then I was like, I'll just wait for the compendium now.
These are like a little pricey. Sometimes you can find them on sale a lot of times.
Yeah, I found mine for number 1 for like $65.
Well, the price is $65, but I forget. Did I get this?
But no, if you go on Amazon, there's like 100 to like.
Oh. Because I swear there were some places. Where did I get it? Unless it was my local comic shop. I swear one of these I got them for.
The one in my local comic book shop was $35 on sale. So
yeah.
half off or something like that.
Yeah, sometimes you can find them on sale. But if you.
It's still worth it even if you pay full price.
Yeah, even if you play cover price,
it's a lot of story.
If you add up, even if you bought all the.
Because they're $2.99.
Yeah, all the individual issues at cover price, you're still making out.
Yeah. I think this is more like omnibus, like the Marvel omnibuses. I don't know. I never really I don't know. They're not like as nice or something like the ones that I have.
And I mean, I think maybe that's because just the way I read it, but I think this lends itself more to binge reading.
Yes, and we need more binge reading.
Yes,
especially comic book form.
I mean, this is like a Netflix or Hulu. Yeah, this is good, very good binging.
I like it because it's all of them too. Do you know what I mean? Not just selected stories.
Mm-hmm.
That drives me insane.
Yes, I love it when you get like a complete run.
But yeah, all around, Compendium 1 is amazing. It covers the first 9 volumes.
We get Star the Conqueror.
But better.
Yeah. So much.
I don't know, just pick it up, guys. I mean, this is hands down A+. Like, I really, as a person who's moving away from the big 2, I was kind of sad to see this end, because this was like the premiere thing for Image back in 2002, 2003. It spun out of Tech Jacket, and like the whole Invincible verse is pretty big now. Mm-hmm. Which we'll get to more in Compendium 2.
Oh, this is so good. But yeah, also the origin of his brother, like you said, Oliver.
Yeah.
Basically, Kid Invincible.
Yeah! You always gotta have that kid sidekick.
Yep.
So yeah, what is it for you?
I'm trying to think. I always think of it as like a one series, but I mean, it's probably, for all 3, it's probably going to be an A for me. I love this series. Like I said, I picked up the first compendium and then I was like, I must hunt down the second one. Then I was like, I have to hunt down the third one, and it wasn't out yet until recently. I was like, I gotta wait. I was half tempted.
I can't believe you waited for the final 12 issues. Like, I actually ended up picking up the single issues.
I was going to say, I was half tempted to say, well, okay, what issues are in that third compendium? Maybe I'll just go hunt down, like the last 40 issues or whatever, but.
No, well, good luck finding them. Not too many comic book stores actually
really?
carry them. Like, I've been a lot of places, and it's just like.
Yeah, I saw like the last recent 10 or 12 in my store, but yeah, I wasn't sure
they
how far back.
They actually promoted it, made a big deal about it. Which Image doesn't really do a lot unless it's like unless it's Walking Dead at this point now.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say it's Kirkman, so.
Yeah. But yeah, like, I prefer this to Walking Dead, even though I'm such a super fan. Just because, like, Walking Dead, it's a sludge. It's a trudge sometimes, It's very, like, emotionally draining.
I mean,
you have to wait for your rewards for so long with Walking Dead.
I mean, and this thing moves, too, so.
So fast.
Yeah, and it's like, it's not it's not near, old school Marvel or DC stuff. People die and stay dead, or people turn evil, or switch alliances, or.
And, it's really hard in the 21st century to make an actual superhero, not like, an anti-hero or a villain or whatever, like an actual superhero, like, universe, and carve it out when you're not a part of the big 2. And I think that is why it's, like, so important, and I'm so thankful that it's actually good. That is something you can recommend to somebody. Like, if you don't like Marvel or DC, you don't want, like, all that, 75, 80 years of history just on your shoulders. I think this is a perfect thing to start somebody on their way.
And again, Kirkman takes, like, stuff like, oh, that's Superman or that's Batman, but he does it with a fresh take. Yeah.
And it's funny, like, that's something that a lot of superheroes have lost, is their humor lately. Mm-hmm. And so, like, I'm just totally against that.
Oh, yeah.
This one is, like, funny.
Again, nice mixture. You get humor, but also we get those dark moments, and
when you least expect it, too, like. Mm-hmm. I think Kirkman's a sadist. He likes to see us cry.
Little bit of romance. You knew Mark wasn't going to end up with Amber. Come on.
Drama!
See well, you won't see it, but his superhero loses virginity.
I mean, we should have done that with Dick Grayson, I'm just saying.
Hey now!
We can get a flashback. It's not too late. Come on, who's ever writing Nightwing now? I don't even know anymore. If it was Seeley, he would have done it.
So, anything else?
No, definitely. Just pick it up.
I know, it's so good, but we'll cover the other 2 compendiums.
Also, tweet Kirkman and tell him he should be on Comic Capers.
Yes!
Comics, Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks podcast.
I mean, if he just wants to talk Invincible, but I mean, we'll do a big episode. We'll talk Invincible, Walking Dead. I think he has a couple new series out too, right? I mean, You don't need us, Mr. Kirkman, but you can promote.
We're fans!
Yes.
Ask Kelly Thompson, you'll have fun.
That's right. That's right.
We'll put your comments on a loop.
Sounds sort of naughty now that I'm saying it.
But yeah, oh yeah, well, we love your work.
Or the artists, because
yes, I told you.
When's the last time we had like a artist on? It's been a while.
Yeah, but I would love to talk to artists. I have 2 requests in for artists for Quantum Zone.
Of course you do. That other podcast.
You can come on whenever you want, but you don't read Quasar.
I don't. That's his other family, guys. But you should support it because it comes on usually every Friday right after Capes and Lunatics.
The first wife's mad at me, people.
Never. You boys are so cute, though. You are. You guys should definitely check out Quantum Zone, even if you're not a fan of Quasar.
I had to go on an internet hunt for Real Professor.
Just to shut Charlie up.
All right.
Anyway, let's give them our information so they can contact us if they want to.
Yes, if you want to, if anybody listening wants to share your thoughts on the Invincible series, or hey, Mr. Kirkman, Mr. Ottley, Mr. Walker, if anyone wants to talk, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, Comic Capers on Facebook, @Comic Capers Pod, and @CL Sidekicks on Twitter. We're on the gram @CL Sidekicks, and the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES.
Was that Pinsta or Insta?
Ow. Whatever the kids are using. Anyway, Lilith, if nerds want to, if hairless nerds want to fight you, where can I get a hold of you?
Well, if you got a smooth chest, you can slide into my DMs @Lilith Hellfire. But if you want to talk Smallville, Superman, and you love to swear, hit me up @Save Me Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Instagram.
And
are we doing Death of Superman or no? What was the consensus?
Oh, well, not this week. We're doing our big Fantastic Four special.
3 hours, guys. It starts with super connectivity, then Capes and Lunatics, and ends with the Quantum Zone.
Yes, and if I time this right, if you're listening to this on the podcast, you'll be able to listen to the Quantum Zone tomorrow after you listen to this episode.
Ooh. Look at our Gelman all grown up.
Thanks, Reach. All right, everyone. Again, send your thoughts, what you think of Invincible. You know, it's awesome. If you're a fan of Kirkman, check it out, even if you're just a Walking Dead fan. But until then, if you're a comic creative, email me, nightwingpdp@gmail.com, or on Twitter, I am @nightwingpdp. Be a hero.